Hello, I'm Austin from Sisters Doll.
I'm Bryce from Sisters Doll.
And I'm Brennan from Sisters Doll, and you are listening to Shout It Out Loudcast with Tom and Zeus.
Let's go.
Rock and roll.
Turn it up.
Fuck you.
That's right, people. We're back with another episode of Dorm Damage, the show where anything and everything is on the table and the table gets smashed. This week, it's at the movies with Zeus. What are we doing?
With Chief and Zeus.
With Chief and Zeus. We gave this movie the finger. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was a great parody. How you doing? How would you like to make my day? Do 30 bullets in your ass make your day?
Welcome to Sneaking In at the Movies. What are we doing?
We are doing our favorite movie moments.
Yes.
So obviously there are moments that you watch and, you know, a lot of people will at the movie theaters gasp at the same time, but some moments hit us differently.
Yep.
And we each have our different moments. It could be a great reveal. It could be a surprise attack. It could be like an emotional scene. It could be anything. And so these are movie moments that stuck with me and stuck with you. And we're coming up with 10 because there's going to be a gazillion of these. And this is just movie. So we're not doing like TV shows or, you know, things on HBO, shit like that. Just movies this time.
Yep. Yep. This will be good. Yeah. This is, this actually sometimes whenever we do like a part one of a topic, it's always like easy. It's like, oh, here are my favorite, you know, couple favorites, just bing, 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 bing. So yeah, this will be fun for sure.
Yeah. There's so many, that, you sometimes it's hard to, pick where.
Oh yeah.
But there is, so many great scenes that I think of, when this came up, and I'm like, I can't wait to talk about them. And number 10 for me, and these are not in order.
No, it's just 10.
Is from cliche movies, because this was, I think, at one point the biggest movie of all time.
Okay.
And that is from Titanic, Tom. And I am not ashamed to say, I love the movie. Loved it. I love the historical aspect of it. And then, you know, they put a storyline in there as well and stuff. But there's one scene, a little bit of historical figures that act in this one scene. And that is when you see the guy that built the ship and he knows what's happening and they all run in.
Oh, yeah.
And he's pulling out the fucking map of the breakdown, the blueprints of the ship. And the guy that built it, the guy that financed it, the captain, and all the other people around. And he's counting the compartments. He's like, this, you know, like that happened. This is like, I don't know, if the fifth compartment got water in it. Yep. And he goes, that means this is going to sink. And then the guy who built it, the fucking snake guy, was like, this ship can't sink.
Yep.
And he looks back and he's like, she's made of iron, sir. I assure you she can and she will. And then they're like, how many souls on board? And they're like, how long do we have? A couple hours. And everyone's just like flabbergasted, like, I don't understand. How is this boat gonna sink? It just hit a couple icebergs underneath, like fucking drama. And it just
that's one of the reasons why I have a hard time watching this movie, because I just, that is one of my, a plane crash and a ship sinking is like just beyond terrifying, like it is for most people. Because this was real, it happened, and they dramatized the events so fucking realistically. Like I almost don't like watching it.
Yeah, because you know what's going to happen. And every time you're like, well, okay, let's organize this time. Let's have enough boats this time. Let's do this to prevent this from happening. But there's nothing that's going to prevent it.
Yep.
And it's so because of the time period it's in, and it's up north. And then when that lights go out and the boat goes all the way up, straight up, and then cracks in half. and then comes back down and cracks.
Yeah.
But that first scene with a ship builder, like, knows what's happening, and he's got this look on his face. That guy's a great actor.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's just like, it's gonna fucking sink. We're all fucked.
Yep.
And the captain, it sinks into the cap. Amazing scene. Fucking
Yeah, it's crazy. My God, I'm actually updating my list while we're recording right now because things keep popping into my head. This is going to be a mess.
Well, that's why there will be a part 2, my friend.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Yeah, mine is definitely the opposite of drama for you. I went a little bit more lighthearted with my number 10 here. And it's just, this movie has just been a classic for me in terms of comedy. And the movie is Tommy Boy.
What the
In the scene is when Chris Farley and David Spade are in the hotel room, and David Spade is all bummed out. And Chris Farley tries to make him laugh. And he takes David Spade's sport coat and he does the fat guy in a little coat. And he's like, stop it. And then he does it and he just rips the jacket. I have such a low tolerance for humor. There's more comedies on my list here, but these, I went with comedy, action, horror, everything. To this day, the movie's like 30 years old. I still fucking die when I see it because Chris Farley, God rest his soul, is a friggin' legend. I love it.
That's great. So I will then change mine and not change, but I will kind of do the same thing as you. I'll go a little bit lighthearted.
Yep.
Okay. And although it's a comedy, it has this part is a reveal. That is the original White Man Can't Jump.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And when Woody first comes onto the scene and Wesley Snipes is like, all right, you get out here. And then they play that game and his team beats him. And he's like, oh, you just got lucky, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he goes, oh, yeah, well, maybe you're right. Let's do this. And they start fucking playing shots from way out deep.
Yep.
Like, I think 5 shots each. And they're shooting. He's like, yeah, maybe I am lucky. Oh, shit. Hey, I never hit this. Yeah, you're right. Oh, my God, I got 3 in a row. What the fuck? Whatever.
Yep.
Then that last, shot, he's like, just watch it. The wind, I got it picking up that. And the guy's laughing, and he turns back to him, and he looks at him. And Woody Harrelson says, don't worry, Sidney. I've hustled a lot better plays than you.
Yeah.
And Wesley Snipes gives that fucking look of like, I got fucking played.
Yep.
And it just fucks with his head and he misses the shot. I fucking love it. Because Woody is just playing this goofball. It's like, it's the luck of the Irish, except I'm not Irish.
Yeah,
just
it's great.
Goofball. And then he just comes over and he's all serious. Like, I've hustled a lot fucking better plays than you.
Yep.
And then it's just, I fucking love that scene.
It's
Love
awesome. That's a great movie. Oh my God. So good.
Yes.
So good. Woody
Get over here,
Harrelson.
Gretzky.
Yeah. That's like the ultimate white insult.
Yeah, remember that? When he goes, okay, blackball. What you mean blackball?
What you mean blackball?
It's your shirt's not your color. Oh, that's great.
All right. Number 9 for me, I'm going with one of my all-time favorite Scorsese films that sometimes is a little bit underrated for people because you always think of like all the De Niro movies, but I absolutely fucking love this movie. It's The Color of Money. Paul Newman, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is a fucking legend in this movie. And one of my all-time favorite scenes in this movie, no one plays a cocky, arrogant fuck like Vince in Color of Money.
Mm-hmm.
When they're in the pool hall and he's got the Vince shirt on, I can never hear the song Werewolves of London the same way ever again when he's playing and he's just rolling along and just hustling everybody and just killing everything. And he's singing and he's dancing. He's kissing his pool cue. It's just the most ballsy fucking thing. I just love that. Every time I hear Werewolves of London, I'm like, it's just Vince's theme. I love it.
Great scene. I know, because the video and stuff and everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. He's just such a fucking great one.
Oh, yeah.
Let's switch to Westerns.
Ooh, good one. Okay.
Yep. I mean, it wasn't supposed to be, but God damn it, Tombstone was the winner of that Wyatt Earp versus Tombstone.
Yep.
When Kevin Costner's version came out after Kurt Russell's tombstone.
Yep.
And the fucking scene where Ringo challenged Wyatt Earp, and he's like, well, I didn't think you were going to show. And the shadow figure comes out, and it's not Wyatt Earp. It's fucking Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I was just, he's like, oh, I was just, we had a game that you forgot. We didn't get to finish. He's like, Ringo's like, I was just fooling about. I wasn't.
Yeah.
And he's just like, and this time it's legal, and he's got the fucking badge on.
Yep.
And that guy Ringo reluctant, he's like, all right. And he's like, say when. And then he fucking winks at him, whatever, and he fucking shoots him. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And and Wyatt Earp comes up, and it shows you what a great friendship they have, that he did that for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he shot and killed Ringo for him. Oh, it's just such a great scene, because you expected
Westerns. You could do a whole friggin' list of that.
Yeah, because before the scene, Wyatt Earp was like, I can't beat him, can I? And he's like, nope, you will lose and die.
Yep.
And so when they show it, you're like, oh God, he's going to fucking get killed there. If you don't know the story, but great scene. Tombstone's a great movie.
Oh yeah. Okay. So this is a scene, but we get a little scene going on over here. This one's kind of long. So I don't know I guess I'll refer to the end of this, which is obviously the darkest and most violent, but my favorite war movie is Full Metal Jacket. The first half of the movie, when they're at boot camp, that's pretty much the part everybody kind of resorts to it. But a lot of people forget about the second half when they're actually at war.
The me so warm. Yeah. Love you long time.
What can we get for $10? Anything you like. There's another movie with a song. Every time I hear These Boots Are Made for Walking, I just think of that scene. No, it's when Private Pyle slowly descends into madness.
Yes.
During boot camp, and it just ends. I can't even look at the screen when the scene happens, but when he brings the rifle into the bathroom.
What is your major malfunction?
Yeah, he kills the drill instructor, and Matthew Modine is trying to, hey, Joker. It's just, and then he just fucking blows his head off, which I can't even. It's just that whole descent into fucking just madness it's just chilling. It's Stanley Kubrick at his best. Just chilling.
I don't think the drill instructor knew what getting in touch with his feelings was all about.
No,
the guy had no
clue.
All right, Pyle.
Yeah,
give me that fucking gun.
The guy, he's pointing a military rifle at him. He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you idiot?" Like,
and mommy and daddy don't show you enough love or something.
Right. Yeah, just fucking just crazy. Ugh.
Oh man. Well, how about this one?
All right.
I'm going to go to I don't know. I love old classic black and white movies with great actors. And one of the greatest movies, if not the greatest, is the movie Casablanca.
Never saw it. Yep. Never saw it.
If you see it, you would still like it to this day.
Oh, I'm sure I would.
Humphrey Bogart is every cool guy you could ever imagine from that era.
Yep.
Well, they show you he had a past with Ingrid Bergman. Ingrid Bergman, he's running now a nightclub called Rick's.
Yep.
That's Humphrey Bogart. He's running a nightclub called Rick's. He's not there at this moment. Ingrid Bergman left his life and broke his heart and took off right as Germany invaded. Well, they're in Casablanca, which is kind of like a neutral site, but Germany has it taken over. So there's some resistance helping out. And the movie took place in the middle of World War II. So it's amazing they filmed this.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, he comes in. She comes in and sees his old mate, the piano guy, Sam.
Yep.
Sings, you must remember this kiss is just a kiss. Yeah. That song. Well, apparently it was their song. So she comes in. She's like, where is he? And he's like, oh, leave him alone. Like he's finally moved on with his life. Just stay out of it. Like, please. He's like, hey, can you just play this song for us one more time? And she's like, no. He's like, no, I don't want to. No. She's like, please, Sam, just play for me.
Play it again, Sam.
Yeah. He plays the song, he's singing it, and then they cut to the doorway of his club, and they show him walking in, and he's just like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Comes running over to him. He doesn't see her, but then he just sits there and says, "I thought I told you never to play that song." And he stops halfway and he sees her.
Yep.
And it's like the eyes connect and they're both watery eyes. It's such a classic old Hollywood. Oh my God. I fucking can't get enough of that scene. It's such a classic scene. You should check out the movie. It is
I don't know how
it is a fantastic fucking movie.
Oh, yeah.
Great storytelling, heroes and stuff. Good, black and white, good versus evil, and Nazis and fucking the war and stuff. It's a great movie. But anyways, that's my number 7.
Okay. I'm going with one. It could be any scene from it, but the scene that always gets me, any kind of any scene that involves a lot of redemption. Shawshank Redemption is my movie, so there's a little bit of a hint right there. But I always get worked up when I see the scene of him escaping, and when the warden realizes that, the scene of him, puts his fist through the poster and he realizes he dug the tunnel out, and it showed it. And you have Morgan Freeman narrating how, he dug, crawled through miles of shit. But the scene, that iconic overhead shot of him with his arms raised to the sky in the pouring rain, that he's escaped, he's free, the rain is washing all the shit from him. I know there's a ton of other scenes, including the very final scene of them, but just that scene of him escaping and just that scene of him with his arms up in the sky. It's just so powerful. I fucking love it. Gets me every time I see them. I mean, the movie's a friggin' perfect movie to begin with, but that scene right there, I just love it.
Yeah. It's just about the human spirit and what you would endure.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Number 6, let's go gangster.
All right.
Of all the gangsters, the first one I'm going to talk about is Joe Pesci when he's playing Nicky from Casino.
Oh, God. Yep.
Nicky Santoro, who's based on a real person.
Yep.
Who's fucking insane. And that's when he's at De Niro's apartment, and he's got a banker there. And De Niro's making drinks and watching when Joe Pesci sits down with the fat banker guy.
Yep.
And it's all serious. And he's like, you know what? Joe Pesci's like, I think I want my money back. And the guy's like, what are you going to do? Intimidate me or rough me? What are you trying to strong arm me? The banker guy's like, and then fucking Pesci goes into one of the best dialogue. Remember, Joe Pesci's 5'5".
Oh, yeah.
Not jacked. Just a fucking fat little fire hydrant. Anyways, he says to him, I think in all fairness, I should explain to you what it is that I do.
Yep.
For instance, tomorrow morning, I'll get up nice and early, take a walk down over to the bank and walk in and see you. And if you don't have my money for me, I'll crack your fucking head wide open in front of everybody in the bank.
And just around the time go ahead.
You're coming out of jail. And just about the time I'm coming out of jail, hopefully you'll be coming out of coma. And guess what? I'll split your fucking head open again because I'm fucking stupid. I don't give a fuck about jails. That's my business. That's what I do.
So
fucking
it's
delivers that fucking line so incredibly cold and fucking scary as fuck that you feel like you're the guy on the couch. What the fuck?
Yep.
So intimidating. What a great actor, man. What a great actor.
Oh, it's amazing. It's fucking amazing. I mean, I know when that movie first came out, everyone's like, Goodfellas. I'm like, nah, you gotta. Oh, David Spade.
Yeah, I liked it.
Casino it when it was Goodfellas.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going with my favorite action movie, my favorite Stallone movie, one of my favorite movies of all time. The original First Blood, before they became ridiculous Rambo movies. The original First Blood, the scene
in Hollywood Shuffle when he came out of the water, Rambro.
Yeah, exactly. Rambro, dude. Hollywood Shuffle is fucking so good, so good. But it's the scene when they're in the woods, they're hunting for Rambo, and when he methodically one by one takes out all the sheriff's deputies, all the cops, by using all this guerrilla warfare, making all these things. He fashions that little booby trap where he nails the guy in the thighs. He's up in the tree, just methodically just takes them all out. Finally, he runs into Brian Dennehy, the chief. You know, puts the knife up to his throat, and he's like, "Don't push it, don't put." And I'm just like, "Oh fuck!" Like that. It's just the whole movie is friggin' perfect, but that scene right there when those guys are like, "Fuck, we're in trouble."
Yeah, that scene, that whole fucking, it's just incredible. I remember watching it as a kid and being like, so, like the premise of it was so awesome.
The book, if you read the book and the movie are like, if you watch the movie, like when you think Rambo, you think of all the stupid, sensational, like Hollywood movies, which are fun.
But they stick him in a fucking war. He kills like 200,000 people by himself.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you watch the new one, and he kills like half of Mexico or something like that. Like it's fucking. But the original one is such a well-made drama, action, adventure. Like it's a great movie. But then it just goes off the rails, and that's okay. But anyways,
all right. So one other great movie is the war movie Glory.
Oh yes.
I fucking love it. I remember when it first came out. I was so fascinated. I must have went to the movies and saw it like a bunch of times.
Saw that in high school for
they made us see it.
Like a history field trip. Yeah.
Yep. And we saw it in high school as well. It was so fascinating. I wanted to learn everything I could about the whole fucking, the 54 or whatever it was called, the regiment there. But Denzel Washington, there is a scene with Andre Braugher and also Morgan Freeman towards the end. And I mean, it's a little like tough for me to describe it, but because of the language they use and it's racially like kind of
it's okay.
But at the end, he's like putting his jacket on, he's wearing the blue suit, and he's like, tuck in your suit. You look like fucking like a derogatory word in a stupid blue suit. And then them two are about to fight, and Morgan Freeman steps in. He's like, cut the fucking shit. And he's like, you ain't nothing but the white man's dog. And he fucking comes back and backhands Denzel Washington in the face. And he's like, what the fuck? And he explains to them, like, gives him that speech, like, that he was like a fucking grave digger. And I've had to dig all these fucking white people's graves. They're dying, you idiot. They're dying for you. And, when it's our turn to fucking act like men here, and you need to fucking shape up. And then he says that magic phrase I'll never forget. And the way he stared at Denzel Washington just like the reaction, his acting to what's the name saying to him is amazing. Yep. And he just says to him something along the lines like, you watch who you call the N-word around here.
Yeah.
If you ain't, he's like, the only N-word around here is you swamp running, smart mouth, stupid ass N-word.
Yeah.
If you ain't careful, that's all that you'll ever be.
Yeah. The movie's fucking
oh my God,
incredible.
that fucking speech was just so, the way he looked back at him and acted and gave him that fucking side stare.
Yep.
Amazing. And I fucking love all three actors are incredible.
Oh, the movie's
That's why I watch Homicide, Life in the Street. Andre Braugher is such a great actor. Morgan Freeman, of course, and then Denzel Washington. Everything after that anytime was in any other movie, no matter what it is, I love it. I think he's
ever watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah. No, I don't watch that, but I don't like him as a comedic actor. I like,
but he plays like the straight guy in that, so it's like that's the whole joke.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Yeah, he's great.
On Homicide, Life on the Street.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's my number 5, Glory.
All right. Again, these are in no particular order, but we're just kind of rolling through our list. This would probably, to me, this is the single greatest moment of acting in the history of acting ever.
Oh, wow.
The scene, I'm not breaking any ground here. People might not agree with me. It's the single greatest acting scene ever, but Godfather 2, when Kay tells Michael she got the abortion.
Oh, that one gets to you, that scene?
The look, Michael's eyes, the look on his face, he hauls off and absolutely whacks her. The scene itself is chilling, but watching Michael just channel this character with the way that he does it, just without even saying a word. It's just incredible. And the way Kay carries on, it was an abortion. And then, she said, it was a boy and I had to kill it because this all needs to end. And it was just like, oh my God, just fucking
he
incredible.
just loses it because Michael's always under control. And
he just loses it, but he loses it in his face first, his eyes. And then it's incredible. I mean, obviously me and you could have picked anything from the entire Godfather saga, but I just went with that moment right there.
Well, I'll stick to it. I had this on here.
Yeah.
And I will go with 2 as well. And when you said you had Godfather 2, I thought you would have the scene. That's why these movies are the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah.
And that is the infamous, I'm smart.
Oh, yep.
Not like people say dumb. I'm smart. I want
smart,
respect.
and I want respect.
Right?
Yep.
I've always taken care of you. Taking care of me. You're my kid brother. You take care of me.
Yep.
That's the way Pop wanted it. Hey, the way
That's not the way I wanted it. It's just.
Then Fredo do this. Then Fredo run some Mickey Mouse nightclub.
Poor Fredo.
Dude. John
just
Casale is such just watch his hands.
Yeah.
It's just you can tell, we've all been there. Sometimes you're about to lose it and just can't control your emotions. So well acted. And Michael's just sitting there cold as fuck, telling him, you're nothing to me now, Fredo.
Yep.
I don't want to see you. I don't want you around. If you come to see our mother, I want to know a day in advance.
Yeah. It's just, it's.
The greatest scenes.
And the character just became so iconic that in Seinfeld, the neighbor had a bird named Fredo. Kramer's like, well, Fredo was weak and stupid. He shouldn't have eaten that key.
Yeah, just poor Fredo. That fucking scene is just heart wrenching.
It is. It's just devastating. Even to this day, when you just watch that, you're like, it's so well done.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go back to the gangster stuff here. And of course, Goodfellas, got to throw something in there. I'm going to throw in my favorite funny scene from Goodfellas. And that is, of course, when Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Ray Liotta all go to Joe Pesci's house, of course, his mother's house, of course, played by Scorsese's mom. And it's just the dialogue back and forth, but the funny thing is the picture on the wall. Everybody knows the picture. Hey, look at this guy. This guy, he's got one. Like he's got one dog. It's one guy's going this way, the other guy's going this way, and this guy's saying, "What do you want from me?" And then it's like, "Hey, it looks like somebody we know." And De Niro's like, it's just, why don't you settle down with a woman? I do. I settle down with a different one every night. Just that whole back and forth conversation and just referencing that picture on the wall. This guy's got one dog. One dog's going this way. The other dog's going this way. This guy said, "What do you want from me?" It's just fucking classic. The whole movie.
Yeah. Well, let's get to comedy now.
All right.
The most probably iconic comedy scene last 30 years or 40 years. We always talk about this scene. Everybody quotes it. And that's the barbershop scene in Coming to America.
Oh, God. Great one.
The whole boxing, Rocky Marciano. He better than you. Who's that new boy? Look like a bulldog.
Look like a bulldog.
Mike Tyson, he better him too.
His mama call him Clay. I'ma call him Clay.
What kind of name is that? What about Rocky Marciano? I don't know how old he was, but he got his ass whipped.
If a man wants to call himself Muhammad Ali, goddammit, this is a free country.
Think about how iconic that scene is.
Oh my God, I know.
That barbershop scene. It's so stupid conversation. It starts out because you think that's a typical conversation. Who's the greatest boxer?
Yeah.
Pound Sugar Ray Robinson, greatest fighter ever lived.
Yep.
What about Joe Louis?
One of the funniest parts of that scene. Keep your eye on the kid getting his hair cut. He doesn't even.
That's Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't even move. He's just like.
Or the little guy in the corner going. Oh my God! That fucking scene is just
fucking
incredible.
Magic.
Yes.
All right, everybody. You guys listen to the show. You know I'm a big horror movie fan, so I got 3 left. 2 of them are horror. The 2 most iconic scenes for me personally that still give me a chill up and down my spine whenever I see them. This one's coming from Salem's Lot, 1979, the TV miniseries adapted from the Stephen King movie. And it's the scene that everyone our age knows. And it's the scene when the little kid is floating in front of the window.
Oh.
You got all the fog, all the clouds. All of a sudden you see him floating, and then you hear the scratching at the window. And then he starts whispering, open the window, open the fuck, man. Even talking about it is making me nervous. So the window scene in Salem's Lot, it happens more than once, but just that first time you see it, like, what the fuck is happening? Terrifying. Terrifying still to this day.
Scary as fuck. All you need to do is put a still of that shot in.
It's exactly. It's awful. Oh, so classic.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So, I've got so many, and I'm thinking, what do I have to get out now versus? That
was me. I know. Trying to mix it up and save some for next time around. Yeah.
All right. I got one that I saw the other day. I haven't seen this movie in a few years. Never thought it'd be so endearing as it is. It's a comedy.
Okay.
And that is Grumpy Old Men.
Oh, dude, great fucking movie. And you're right. Endearing is a good word.
So there's the part in the movie, they've been fighting for years. They've been fighting for so long, they almost forgot what they're fighting about.
Of course. It just became part of their nature. Yeah.
And then, Jack Lemon gets sick and he's in the hospital. And what he calls shows up. And the nurse is like, what are you? Family or friend? And he's like, what? Are you a family or friend? And the way Walter Matthews says, like teary-eyed kind of, friend.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, I know.
Doesn't it just thinking about that scene makes you go, oh my God, yes. Yes, that's his friend. Yep. And then how they team up together at the end. It's such a great.
It's an absolutely beyond hilarious movie, but it's so touching and so the way that they made that so they combine the emotion and the drama of friendship with just balls out comedy.
Do you know how bad they could have made that movie?
Oh my God.
So cheesy.
Exactly.
Old. But the way they made that movie, like, appeal, like they made him like fucking unlikable, both of them.
The success. I mean, you got two absolute comedy legends on the screen.
Then you throw much together.
And you throw in, Burgess Meredith.
He made that movie.
Watch the bloopers. I'm telling you, if you've never seen Grumpy Old Men, after the movie, watch the bloopers.
Dude, I like the part 2 one. He's like, what, you been to Hawaii? What island? Come on, I want to lick you.
Oh, God, it's so fun. It's so
I want a sneaky dicky.
Oh, and Sophia Loren. Oh, my God almighty. Oh, God.
Oh, it's such a... Meredith is awesome. And he breaks them up in that fight scene on the ice fishing, and he's like, you kids.
It's so great. It's so great.
Great movie.
All right, I'm gonna go back to comedy. This is tied for first with my all-time favorite comedies because, and I'm not including, like the ones the legends that we talk about, like Revenge of the Nerds. Because I don't even know if Revenge of the Nerds is funny anymore. It's just become part of our life.
Yeah.
But I'm going with Anchorman because Anchorman and Ron Burgundy are the fucking best. I could have picked every friggin' moment, but the scene at the beginning when he's at the pool party, walking around in his friggin' maroon tighty whities and a robe and just drinking, and he's just trying to friggin' him and Paul Rudd, they're hitting on all these chicks. And then he sees Christina Applegate for the first time. He's like, I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal. And he's like, my home smells of rich mahogany. I have many leather-bound books. And Christina Applegate is like, what? And Christina Applegate, how gorgeous is she in that movie? But the entire movie, start to finish. But when you kind of just see him trying to using his lines and using his, it's just incredible. I love that. I love the entire movie, but that scene is just hilarious.
Gotcha. All right. So I'm thinking, where do I end this with? I'll try to end. I gotta go with probably the a scene, because I'll probably pick this twice, maybe another scene from the movie. So I'll pick that rather than another one classic that I was going to go with. And that is probably my favorite movie of all time. It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, yes. Okay. Great.
The ending.
Oh, yeah.
And when when they spot the book in the basket of money.
Oh, geez. I know.
And he opens it up and it's Clarence's comments to him.
Yep.
And he reads it. And then the little girl hears the bell ring that teacher says, and he's like, that's right.
Yep.
Not a boy, Clarence. And then they're all happy. It's such a happy ending. And the whole
Then they're all singing. Oh, yeah, it's
like there's not many movies I can cry tears of happiness.
Oh, that's you can't if you don't have any kind of emotional reaction to that, you're a zombie.
Exactly. That whole Clarence, and he reads him the stuff like no man is a failure that has friends.
Yep.
Yeah. The only thing about the movie I've said to you all the years, that fucking brother's a dick. His brother is a prick throughout the whole movie. He's so nice to him. Oh yeah, take my spot. I'll wash the store for you. Never mind. Here's the money. I'll go to college. Oh, never mind. I'll take it when I come back from college. I'll run it. Actually, I just got married, so you want to run it for me? Like that little fucking brother.
Oh, Sam, how are you?
I want to beat
Fuck
his
you.
ass.
Yeah.
Fucking dick. Oh, Harry Bailey? Fuck him. That's what George should have said. Fuck him and that wife of his.
Yeah, where's the spoof of It's a Wonderful Life? We need somebody to get on
Ever
that.
see the SNL spoof where they find out when what's the name? Dana Carvey plays George Bailey, and they find out, like, Potter took the money. They go to Potter's house, and they're all beating the shit out of him. Oh, my God. That was so awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, God.
Anyways, that's my last one. It's a Wonderful Life. The ending with the book.
All right. Zeus is getting all touching and emotional here, so we have to kind of reel it back in because we can't let people think that we're nice people here.
Yeah.
So probably my favorite horror movie and arguably my favorite movie of all time, because horror movies are my thing, but it's the original 1978 Halloween. I'm going with the scene near the end of the movie. Upstairs in the bedroom, Jamie Lee Curtis has been fighting with Michael Myers. He finally gets into the house. They're going back and forth. She's hiding in the closet. He knocks down the closet door. She stabs him. He's laying down. She walks out of the bedroom. She's trying to catch her breath. She's standing up against the wall, trying to catch her breath. And the shot is fucking magic. And I'm telling you right now, go on YouTube and watch the audience reaction. Somebody, I don't know how this was. I don't know if it was after the fact, but somebody filmed the audience reaction of this scene. And it's Jamie Lee Curtis in the foreground. And in the background is Michael Myers laying down. And all of a sudden, Michael Myers sits up, and he sits up and then turns his head like a robot. And then all of a sudden you hear dun, dun, dun. You hear like the Halloween music. Jamie Lee Curtis still can't see anything. He slowly wakes up, gets up, slowly starts coming towards her, and she still doesn't know it. And the music is building and everything's building. And it's just like, the scene is great, but it's filmed so perfectly. That's why John Carpenter is just like the master of that. It's just brilliant filming right there. And the music combined with that scene is just fucking perfect. Love it.
Great scene. Great scene.
It's incredible.
So many more to get to.
Oh my God.
And these aren't done in order, so can't wait for part 2.
Yep.
We'll also do one from TV shows and on TV as well.
Yep.
But we hope you enjoyed and can't wait to hear about your list. Till next time, peace out, Girl Scout.